What's up, everybody? John Lazaz here. I recently did a Metafy session with DSCISIV. For those who don't know DSCISIV, he is among the top Battlefield 2042 players out there at the moment. He currently offers coaching sessions through a website called Metafy. And no, this is not an advertisement. As a matter of fact, I just wanted to show you all what a coaching session was like, so that way you guys, if you've thought about it, could just see how the session goes and then make a decision on your own whether or not you want to go ahead and purchase a coaching session with a top player. I know some of us have maybe thought about doing a coaching session before, or maybe you're skeptical over the idea. So if you have any doubts about how the process goes and whether or not you find it to be worth your time and your money, you can just go ahead and see how this session goes and make a decision on your own. I found my session with DSCISIV to be very helpful, and I learned a lot of really important things that I think will help improve my gameplay. Before we get into the video, I just want to let you know that I had some issues initially at the beginning of the session. I had a little bit of confusion over how the process worked, but it was a lot simpler than I must have initially thought. So let's go ahead and get into the video. Thank you so much for watching, and leave a comment down below if you found the video helpful. And also be sure to check the description for any links to his Metafy page. Cool. So where do you want to begin?
Okay, so I'm pretty much what I'm gonna do. Yep. For the most part, is I'm just gonna skip to the times where I have actual like noteworthy time stamps that I have here. Let's see. Yeah. So I've got like 8 notes here overall because I think most of the gameplay, even though your team took an L, for the most part, especially at the initial start of the game, you jump in, you get a couple of kills, and then try to reposition. Your issue, before we even get to the notes that I see right away on this map on the first sector, is you favor A1 for some unfathomable reason, because the problem with that is, and I'll point this out to you in some of the notes, is when you get stuck trying to push A1, everyone on A2, especially when they're sitting on the top of the boat, they're just beaming you across the map because they have the high ground, right? So anytime I play this map, I always go for A2 first. Okay. Always. Yep. I don't even bother with A1. So it's kind of like when you have the spawn beacon on the left side of A1, and I'll skip to that time frame here in a little bit, but you've got a spawn beacon out there, so you're kind of like forced to keep going on the left side of A1. And I mean, it's not like you're not picking up kills there, but at the same time as you're trying to push, you just can't, because there's either the tanks in the way, or you got people sitting on the 3rd floor of A2 just shooting across because they have line of sight, and there's not a whole lot of cover besides a couple of wood planks and some crates. Because devs don't know how to make cover. But anyways, so let me just pull this.
I think if I were to explain like what my logic on that, it was because I noticed that like the team kept like kind of like letting it go at times. I was seeing like the enemy like pushing it, and it was just like I felt like I was trying to like make up for what the team wasn't doing. But you are right as far as like you should be pushing A2. I have a lot of difficulty pushing that objective sometimes. Like I don't really know how to approach it in a good way sometimes, because like you said, the cover kind of sucks. So like
getting anywhere from your spawn to either A1 or A2 sucks.
Yeah, it does.
On this map.
And the second sector, we'll get to that when we get to that, but that was a fucking nightmare to try to push in that game. I remember that. It was fucking awful.
I love sitting there. I just skipped them like, let me just watch a whole minute and a half footage of running, because, maps are too big. But anyways.
Yeah.
All right, seeing the screen up. So I'm just going to let the initial start play off. So like the other thing I'm going to do is, talk about the things that I thought you did well. And honestly, for the most part, I'm not really like dogging your clip too much. I thought you did, like, obviously your gun skill is well above average.
Oh, thank you. I feel like my recoil
you know how to
control,
aim for the most part. There's times where the recoil on this gun is kind of finicky, and then I'm watching you correct. And what's really funny too is okay, first of all, the reload is still bugged on this thing, but when you reload an ADS, you notice that the red dot actually kicks itself up higher than where it should be on center, because it's not actually centered. So, and you can actually shoot before the animation stops, which throws your aim off because it doesn't realign itself. So you got to give yourself that extra like quarter second for it to get back to center. Otherwise, it throws the recoil off, and it's just awkward.
Yeah, because like it's like the ready animation on it like prevents you from like even like aiming properly, or even like shooting the gun.
This where we run for 2 minutes.
And I noticed that it's like you actually, oh wow, how does this work exactly? Like when you press play, does it like show on my end, or do I?
The video? You can see this, right?
I am in the session, but I don't see any video playing. I just see.
You don't see any video? Hold on a second.
Yeah. Oh, it's on. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, dude. I didn't realize you were doing it from your screen. Okay. I thought it was like on the website, but go ahead.
No.
All right, let me just see here. Okay, watch stream. All right, cool. Thank you, man. All right.
You can see it now, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, your first death dying in the K. Okay, jumping down, giving up high ground, whatever, but 1v1 fight, you lose to an aim-40 because the M16 doesn't two-shot headshot like it should.
Yeah.
Actually,
the
wait,
barrels are
I take that back. It does. It does now.
It does it now.
You're running. Are you running standard barrel on it, or were you
I'm
running
heavy barrel just for the?
No.
Yeah, that one's 48 headshot, right? Instead of 50, 51.
The standard barrel does the 2.15.
Yeah, I think it's because playstyle wise, I tend to engage a little further than I probably should, but just for the range consistency. But I'll go back to the standard barrel if I have to.
Yeah. I actually don't find any benefit running the heavy barrel on this thing anymore. All right. Because I was running the heavy barrel when it first came out when the LVG was busted on it too. So I was doing the same thing. I was running heavy barrel on the LVG. So yeah, I mean, I got a tier 1 in like, I don't know, 6 hours because like I just got tired of it and just LVG spammed on stranded.
Yeah, whatever. Fair enough.
Because the gun was terrible. Yeah, so I just skipped. Look how stupid this is. From 1 minute to... Okay, you start shooting people now. It took you a full minute to go fight somebody.
Yeah, I think that's because I had no spawns.
And so here you're like, run open field. And I'm like, why? This works because no one's looking at you. But if you're here, I'm going to this equipment construction thing and then cutting right and going to A2.
Okay.
I want to get on top of A2 as fast as I can. And there's a couple ways to do it. There's one zip line that takes you to like the 3rd floor, and then the zip line all the way to the far right takes you all the way to the top. Or you can run into the bottom floor, right to the right of that far right zip line, and then you can take the zip line up and like jump off on the 2nd or 3rd floor, and then run around that way. But like going the way you're going is like, fuck this. I hate this. I hate this. It works for you. You get kills, but I hate this.
Yeah.
I hate it.
I saw that they were capping the objective, but then I took it right back. So it was just like, okay, I guess that that was a bad decision at the time for sure.
Let's see here. My first note's at 3 minutes. Let's see what's happening.
That I remember just that specific moment pissed me off because like I was waiting for a spawn. What you don't see in there is I was waiting for a spawn for like fucking like 30 seconds, and like I was like, I guess I gotta go from the spawn now, knowing it's going to take me like a minute and a half to get to the objective. And I was just like, yeah, like, fuck this. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah. And so this is what I was telling you about earlier, pushing A1. It doesn't even matter if you're prone because this guy has line of sight no matter what you do here.
Yep.
So your only option to get out of this is jump off the roof. So.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, this guy is sitting here head glitching you, right? This is stupid.
Yep.
Okay. This A2 overshadows A1 the entire time. That's why you get A2 first to get him off of that. So that was the first main note. And then
I don't spawn beacon again.
I was just sitting here. I'm like, spawn beacon. I hate it. You've got a teammate over there right now. You've got a guy at A2.
Maybe I can ask.
I would have waited until I could have spawned on him or he died before I spawned on this beacon. Honestly. Yeah.
Maybe I could ask you about a specific situation. Maybe you can give me some advice on, because it's been happening to me a lot recently. It's like I found myself spawning on teammates and just insta dying because like the game doesn't tell you what's going on, on the player's end. Like, what do you do when that happens? Awful. And you just like, it seems like every time you spawn on a teammate, you're just getting like flanked from everywhere, like all at once the second you spawn in. Like,
it depends on if you know what's actually happening, because most of the time I don't have comms with my squad mates, right? Because I solo queue, so it's like either you either just take the gamble or you're already there and you have some sort of essay on what's going on and you just don't spawn on the person.
Okay, yeah.
So there's a lot of times where I will just spawn back at base on stranded and then force myself to play McKay and throw a spawn beacon and get back on top of the boat because I'm just not dealing with stupid teammates.
Yeah.
Whenever, that's my last resort when I have to. If I can't get decent spawns for my squad mates, I will just run McKay spawn beacon and go somewhere and then throw a beacon somewhere that's safe enough until someone stream snipes it, and then I've got at least my own spawn, and then that gives my squad something closer to spawn to. So,
normally I'd put that a lot closer to A2, and I think I can only tell you like my logic here was that on A2 it looked like a lot of people were attacking it, and I felt like it was almost like pointless to like go where everybody else was going, because like nothing was being done with A1. So I was like, okay, I guess I'll make the sacrifice here. But if my goal is like KPM, then maybe it wasn't a good choice. You know what I mean? So like, I don't know. But anyway, continue. Sorry.
But like, no, you're fine. And then so I mean, again, I only run Spawn Beacon on Stranded. It is literally the only map I ever touch Spawn Beacon.
Yeah. Okay.
Generally. That's just my play style. Other than that, I run C4. So the next one isn't until 7:30. Let me just kind of skip through. If there's anything, I don't think I missed anything. Because you're doing, you played A1, right?
Mm-hmm.
Except for like right here, you're shooting standing out in the open. But now you get yourself back in the position for cover. I wouldn't climb on that, but that's fine. Playing in between the cover here for A1, and you're running up into this crate so you don't get the height advantage from A2 guys.
And sit here doing nothing for like a minute.
yeah. You're playing OBJ here, which is fine.
Yeah.
This
moment, that moment right there pissed me off. It was like, I remember
we're
hearing
just kind of like
someone shooting at me, and it was like it ended up just being a tank killing me with a fucking heat shell. I'm just like, why did you still use
nothing
that
you can do about that. And then here's the beacon again.
Yeah.
When I have, this is what's funny. You spawn on the beacon, and I've got 2 squad mates in the A1 warehouse. I'm like, why?
Yeah. Goes back to that logic of I'm just gonna spawn on someone and insta die. I don't know. It's been like can't even stress enough how often that's been happening to me.
Yeah, and so the way you play Falk is I don't have any issues because you're always pretty aware of your health.
Yeah. There was one moment where you see me shoot the ground with full health. That was me like trying to actually throw the ammo crate because I've been trying to improve my keyboard accuracy, which is pretty poor. So like I will mistype like 3 or 4 from time to time.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's still kind of getting used to that.
Yeah. So again, this was another note from fighting here at A1 into A2. So here's the problem with this is that you have this small ass thing for cover.
Yep.
You've got 4 levels of A2 that can look down on you, and even if they're in the back of A2, so that's what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 angles that they can hit you from here.
Yeah.
And there's nothing to really play with. So my immediate thought here is when I'm fighting people, because you're fighting people in their spawn, right? Where you're looking is where they're running from their spawn. So
yeah.
You're fighting 2 fights here, right? You're fighting people in their spawn, and then you got people who are already on the point who can look at you, which is what's happening. So now you've got, a pincer angle here. So instead of trying to take this fight with these guys here after you got revived, I'm just like, fuck this, reposition. I'm going to reposition behind this crate that's behind me if I don't get shot from A2. And then really, again, on this map, the whole goal for this first sector is get into A2 as fast as you can. I don't care how you do it.
Yeah.
Just A2 has the most cover for the first sector,
and the height
which is
advantage
pretty pitiful.
too.
And height advantage.
Yeah, I gotcha. Good to know.
Again, yep, beacon spawn. Sick. And we kill people here, get the sector or whatever. Dude, I can't. The beacon spawns are hilarious.
This was the most fucking frustrating sector ever, dude. Like I have no idea how to push on this when it's like this.
Okay.
What advice can you give me here?
I never go this way.
Okay.
the way you guys are going ever. You see where your teammate is? Like way the fuck out here? Yeah, okay, so this is how this works. Normally you take A2 first, and then you're fighting back and forth between A1 and A2. But generally speaking, you always get A2 first, and then you're fighting A1, and then they're trying to back cap A2. You sit A2 the whole time, and you take it back. And then, so usually when I get the first sector, I'm at A2. So I'm running from the right side of the map, and I'm running where your teammate's going, because I actually have some cover to play with. And then if things work out, my goal is to take the zip line to the top of B2, and then I come over to B1, and then either I zip line over to fight B1, or I will jump down to behind B1, you know where that other sort of like metallic structure is with the 2 levels on it with the stairs.
Yep.
I will sit there and spawn kill them coming into B1. So what you can't see on this picture here is that structure gives you direct line of sight from their spawn for B1, because they spawn back here on the left side.
Okay.
So they're going to be running across to B1 from their spawn, and you've got direct line of sight for so you can pick free rotators. And that's just me farming kills, but the 2 things I do is take the zip line over fight B1, or I take I go there and I just kind of KPM farm. But
gotcha.
Yeah, this side of the map is absolute dog shit. There's no cover.
Yeah, it sucks.
None.
It really does suck.
Literally over here getting shot at by a ranger because fuck all knows why. There's a tank here, like why. this is the only cover you have, and then I think you die anyways to this tank.
I died because the tank saw me fucking melee the fence, and I know exactly why he killed me.
Heat shells. Oh, hey, the fence broke. Let me just shoot there. Oh wait, I have a kill radius of 8 meters with heat shells. Right? That makes sense. Okay, so the next one was at 11:30. Yeah, more running. Cool.
Yep, so much running. And just doing nothing for like fucking five solid minutes.
Yeah, so this is the note here. So we're just sitting here.
Yep.
Like, what the fuck am I doing here? This was my, because you're taking a fight with a sniper. Here's another sniper. And there's people here shooting you. We sit here for a good almost 2 minutes. I think it was like 1 minute and 47 seconds or something. We sit here for almost 2 minutes, which does. Essentially nothing for the team. Now, granted, it's 32v32. It doesn't matter what one person really does generally, but it's like, all right, I'm trying to be impactful for the team. I'm sitting here just throwing ammo at this sniper for like forever. There's another sniper at that second floor in B2. So it's like, well, what am I doing with an M16? Honestly.
Yep.
The sniper's just kind of like pissing himself off because he just keeps self-healing. So unless he hits a headshot, he's not doing anything either.
Yeah.
We just kind of sit here.
Yep. I was like,
I
was in that situation.
This guy that you shoot.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry. That guy where that guy is, that's where you need to go. Go that direction. And then, so you run that way to where this triangle piece is, and you get to where this structure is. And that'll give you enough cover to run to that zip line that gets you on top of B2. That's what I was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
It was like a mega shitty situation. I knew that sniper was there, and I just knew that regardless what I was gonna do, I had to go across a massive expanse of just no cover just to get between cover. So like that guy just had open line of sight on me, and I was like, should I? I was actually contemplating just redeploying there because it was so bad. But like,
yeah, and so whatever. It's like, all right, cool. Do I just ego chow this sniper the whole time, or at some point you're just like, fuck this, I'm done, and you just move on and do something else.
Yeah, and I just remember, like, I know a guy was shooting at me from over there, and I just couldn't see him. And then you see that, I think that same guy ends up eventually killing me after here, and that's just how that whole engagement ended. So, I just noticed my teammates were there. Yes, I finally make it over here.
You finally going to the right direction.
And then this guy right here was shooting at me.
And then he's still there. The guy you were shooting at earlier is there.
Yep.
And then, thank God, your teammates are already taking B2.
Yeah.
Yummy. All right, okay.
I'll see my man Zook was in the party with me, but I don't even think we were on comms or anything like that. We usually just kind of squat up and solo play together, but yeah, he's usually good about being reliable. He's not going for an insane Zooks all the time.
Yeah.
Aiming that GL is so strange.
I never aim it.
Yeah, it's like it goes above its point of aim. I've noticed, it like goes up and then down.
Just I hate it.
Yeah. Whereas like the S-fire that goes exactly where you point it.
Yeah, because it's got a zoom level for the hip fire. There's no. So
that whole situation pissed me off so much.
COD timing, I laughed actually because that's COD timing. But the other thing is, I
heard the footsteps by the way.
So you were hearing footsteps above you, and I'm like, yeah, okay, hear footsteps. So there's people above you. Maybe you don't know exactly where they're coming from, but I'm sitting here, I'm like, yeah, they're on top of you. And so you turn, you hear the footsteps, and then you get COD timing by this guy coming in here. Now, so what I was saying, again, height advantage is always key.
Yeah.
Even in just pugs. But so we're down here healing people. You got a kill. I'm like, okay, cool, yeah. So even back here.
Yep.
Instead of going to your squad mate, what the fuck? Stop. I'm taking these stairs up to the second floor.
Okay.
At least. And then I'm going to either take the zip line at the top of the boat to go challenge B1 or whatever. Yada. And pretty much anyone bottom floor is dead to me. I don't really care because they're not serving any purpose.
Yeah.
Anybody who's an actual threat is going to have height on you for the most part, or you get, timing on, they shoot you in the back. So yeah, cool. I humor this for a little bit, and then once everyone starts moving away, I'm taking the zip line up. Like, just fuck being on the first floor. I hate it. Yeah, I don't know where those are going, but whatever.
Yeah, same.
We finally get on top. Cool. I don't have another note until like 11:30.
Yeah,
17 minutes.
This whole sector was just a bunch of nothing going on. Like,
yeah, I mean, you know, whatever. But
Yeah.
we're playing height, right? So they take B2 back. You're playing height. Yeah. So from here, so you look down.
yeah.
Whenever I go back to B2, I will jump down to that second beam, and then
okay.
you can get on that second floor, and then you can shoot into B2 from there. But this is fine too, right? You got height event, you jump onto the sub. Also,
Yeah.
fun fact is you don't actually need to deploy your parachute to jump onto the sub. You lose 10 health at most.
Oh shit. Okay. That's good
Or
to know.
none. I think it's 10. You lose 10 HP.
All right. Gotcha. I actually didn't know that, so that's fantastic.
Yeah, because they buffed the fall damage, meaning you take less fall damage. You can fall pretty far without taking any damage.
Off topic, but you've noticed issues deploying the parachute under the rocket on orbital?
Oh my god.
It's fucking awful. And it deploys sometimes, but like I think I'm trying to figure out what exactly it is that prevents you from pulling the chute. But it's so fucking strange.
That giant yellow cylinder tube inside of B1 now on orbital. If you're jumping from the top floor down to the sector, if you're directly above that yellow thing, it won't let you deploy the parachute either.
Okay, good to know.
And I've done that like 3 or 4 times before. I'm like, all right, obviously I can't use my chute here for whatever reason. And this whole engagement, there's nothing wrong with this. Like I thought this was fine. You use the sub for most of the whatever cover you can. The only problem is like there's 4 entries into the bottom floor, right? So whenever I fight in B2, I am in the dumpster as much as I can be. You know that one dumpster in there?
Dumpsters are OP as fuck.
Because dumpsters are OP as fuck. They're indestructible. So anyways, but that's probably your next best bet, or you pick a corner or something. But you're using the sub. And the reason why the sub being directly underneath of the sub is beneficial because the guys on the second floor or even on the top of the boat, they can't shoot down at you. So you've at least got top cover.
Yeah.
But now you have to deal with 4 other lines of sight that people can have on you. But again, you're fighting there. You guys took the point and, you know, trying to play medic. But again, it's just eventually they just flood in from like 2-3 different angles.
Yep.
So you have aimbot, you're not winning.
Yeah. And all right, so the last sector is kind of like, I think one of the big issues I've been trying to like address for a long time was like when I kind of find myself just kind of like beating my head against the wall where I'm just like taking L after L after L after L, and I just can't seem to get in a good position for it.
Can you see my cursor?
Yep.
Dumpster. That's where I live on this site.
Yes.
Always. I'm not kidding. Free head glitch, man. Can't destroy it.
I need to learn how to play around head glitches better, just because like I think when we mentioned recoil control, like I'm not particularly great at it. I mean, maybe you said otherwise, but like I still think I suck at it.
No, I think your recoil, especially in the M16, is fine.
Yeah.
I think if you can handle the M16's recoil with little issues, the other guns are pretty much laser beams anyways.
Good to know.
Oh, this was stupid.
I hated this. I hated this
first
too.
First of all, get out of this thing.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. He drove all. Okay. You had like 3 chances to get out of this, but at the last minute, like this is. I get out here and take the zip line to C2.
Yep.
And then I started laughing. I'm like, okay, he stayed in it. Let's see what happens. Whatever, cool. And then we're in their spawn. Sick. They're taking the point. Sick. There's a tank. Your driver says, "Fuck you, I'm out." And you're just pelting this tank for. I'm like, why? And you get out. I'm like, so why are we shooting a tank? This is great, Puff. So I'm like, just get. I'm like, shooting tank. LOL? Question mark? Why? That was my note.
Yep.
Yeah. With the GL, you know what I mean?
I didn't notice the driver was out of the vehicle until the tank was like literally looking at me, and I was like, ah, fuck. Like,
I just thought it was funny. I'm like, all right, man.
I was like, is the driver gonna drive or what? Oh, fuck, he's not in there, and I'm dead. Like, yeah, that's exactly what happened there. But bad move. Yeah.
The next quick note. This is all pretty straightforward. I think you guys use my spot for the most part, and yeah, recoil fun on that gun.
Yeah.
Shooting top down is always awkward
hard.
anyways.
Yeah.
Even trying to snipe top down is so awkward.
Just that perspective is just
cool. We're in my spot. This is my farm spot. Throw a grenade at a tank. Absolutely useless, but sure.
Yep. This is like, what do I do with this thing? Like, I was just actually waiting for it to just like launch a fucking shell at me. I think it can get an angle from down there, can it?
The gunner can, not the turret.
Fair. Good to know.
But yeah, you're in my farm spot, and one of them, there's 3 farm spots on this sector, but this is the main one to go to.
I think the other one's on the other side looking at their spawn, right?
It's on the other side, and then you can go on the floor above you on the other side as well and hold the zip line. Those are the 3 spots.
Yeah, that's like a mega farm there.
Yeah,
it's like almost too easy because you get that one little spot where like you can look to like a crack in the wall or some shit.
Yep.
Yeah, it's so broken.
So this is here where you challenge. You're trying to get this kill. You're getting shot in the back, or before you even try to shoot this guy. So before I even try to shoot this guy, right? Like I know you can hear his footsteps, you see his shadow.
Yep.
But even before I even try to ADS to this dude, and also he's McKay, so he's just gonna grapple away anyways. I'm getting shot in the back.
Yep.
Bullet holes here, like WTF. Stop shooting, try to shoot this guy and reposition.
Yeah.
So if I'm getting shot from somewhere that I have no idea, at least I know general area, right? Because you get the hit indicator.
Yeah.
Break contact or whatever you're doing, get back on cover, and then you're falk, so you can just cheat and full heal.
Yeah.
But we're like, oh, I still got to kill McKay. I'm like, okay, there's a prone rat shooting me in the back.
Yep. That was a straight
so
up
a little
zero
more reaction time
moment.
to getting shot from somewhere else, right? Like,
yep.
It doesn't. Even if I think I'm gonna get the kill, if I can't get that kill like instantly, I'm gonna drop it and then reposition if I can.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it was a straight up zero reaction. Fucking
because now
tunnel vision moment.
Yeah, that's fine. It happens. But it's like now I'm stuck out in BFE trying to get back over there.
Yeah.
Whereas now I could have repositioned and waited 10, 15 seconds, tried to challenge the guy who was shooting me, kill him, and then you're back on to farming, right? Now I've got to run however long it takes me to get back over here. And your team sucks, by the way, because you guys kept ping-ponging back between the two sectors. And there's really nothing you can do about that.
Yeah, it was rough.
Which usually is what happens on this map anyways. Someone who's smart enough either spawns a Mav or a Condor, just flies it back over C1.
Yeah.
At like the last minute when there's like 20, 30 tickets left, and you're just kind of hosed because they just mass dump people. I think I saw at the end of the game here on C1, there's like 18 people. I'm like, yeah, that's GG's.
Yeah.
And then I've got 2 more valid like big notes, and that was it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think you top frag this game for the most part, anyways. Like 50 something kills.
I think someone might have outfragged me, but like, I'm not like necessarily thinking about that much. It's just like I said, I'm trying to improve my KPM, and because like
if you want to improve your KPM, stop playing the objective. But you're doing the right thing. You're playing the objective. You're using the fucking grenade launcher on this thing for God knows why.
I was hoping.
I mean, I think that the grenade launcher on this M16 is so useless. I always just used after they nerfed the LBJ. I just went back to the laser, and this guy just walks into it, which I thought was funny.
I thought it was funny too. Yeah.
Bullets, but you're doing what you can with the cover you got here. You're playing the objective, reviving your people. There's nothing you're doing wrong here. Trying to get this objective is just shitty when it's close like this, and so anytime it's even like this, I know that there's going to be players up top, and you can actually see. Play it through again. That guy is like 40 HP jumping down the objective. It's just stupid on his part, but so you can actually see somebody spots this dude up here. You see what I'm talking about? So like there are people on top of the boat. So you're trying to like fight for the objective, but when there's people contesting, there's other players who are just going to shoot you from top down.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're committed to playing the objective and trying to clear out the point anyways, but it's just like keep that in mind. If you're going to sit here and play the objective, sit in this container as much as you can.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only cover you have from top down.
Yeah.
It's the only cover. Because people will try to sit under the stairs and that doesn't work.
Otherwise, it's like playing the second sector on fucking renewal.
Yeah, exactly.
Fish in a bucket.
So 2211 here. Yeah, okay, so this was I remember talking about earlier about the reload and the actual like reset animation here.
Yeah.
You can see what I'm talking about when you reload as you're ADSing.
Yep.
So it's not full center yet.
Yep.
Do you see how the gun is still cocked to the side? That just it's just awkward recorrect.
Yeah.
And that's not even your fault. It's just because the mechanics for the portal weapons suck ass.
Yeah, it's fucking bad. It's that ready animation right there. It's like it's your hand going to the front, and for some reason, yeah, you probably already know this, but apparently it takes less time to reload the gun when you empty the mag.
Yes, it's the same for the 1911. Makes no sense. Okay, cool. Yeah, so this is my note. All right, sweet. We see a Mav coming at me, right?
Yep. I went the wrong way.
So, okay, Mav is on the mini map before you even see it.
I can't believe I didn't see that.
When I'm not fighting anything, I'm always looking at mini map.
Yeah.
Like it's a rear view mirror on steroids. I'm constantly looking at this thing to see if there's any dots or you can see vehicles in your field of view that you have set. So Mav shows up on mini map before I even see it. Oh fuck, there's a Mav. Sick. There's really nothing you can do at this point.
Yeah.
Maybe you cut further right to get behind this. I don't know, but like when you're taking, if your team is taking C1 and there's nobody contesting it, unless you want the capture points, get in this building for cover and height advantage.
Okay.
Because like barrage missiles one shot. Actually, barrage missiles will one shot you if it direct hits you. But you died in 2 there, so what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
And then nobody revived you, so that was sick.
Yeah, that was fun. I actually put up a clip on Twitter like around the time I made this video, and like literally a medic walked up to me, looked at me, and then just walked away. A fucking Falk. It was awful. I think I was already checked out after that. I was just like, I just want this game to end. It's fucking terrible.
Yeah, and you guys just kind of go back and forth between the 2 sectors.
Yeah. Probably not much else to really say about this match after that.
Yeah, nothing else crazy I noticed happened here. I thought that, I mean, the rotations between C1 and C2 are pretty straightforward, bare bones. You always, kind of everyone realizes at this point, you just go left. There's no reason to go right side unless you're in a vehicle.
Yeah.
C2. So, cool. Just sit here forever and die to vehicles that are transports, apparently. Got it.
Yep.
Sick. Cool. So nothing interesting really happens.
Yeah.
Whole mag to kill one person because recoil. Okay, here, like why am I going this way?
Ugh.
I always go left side of the zip line. That's just me though.
Yeah.
There is a zip line over here, but there's no cover, and this guy just got sniped, and I think he went to res him.
Yeah. That was
I
a
think he
straight
dies
ego.
again.
It was ego res.
Or you went back
unquote.
and went to go revive. I said to this guy, I actually was why when I was watching this, I'm like, no, don't go back and revive him. And you chose to, and I think you die for it. Yeah. Nah, he's too far back. Fuck that. He's gone. Yeah. This was the last big note. So you guys are sharing this roof with the other team.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious.
So
this was
mega
so
potato
comical.
Too. Mega potatoed on these guys.
I think it was just straight panic when you like look over this wall here. So let's see. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. All right, cool. This guy's clueless. This guy's clueless. Who shoots you first? I don't remember. Okay, cool. We shoot at the Rouse, switch to the Angel. Angel's clueless. Rao's the guy who shoots you. Okay, sweet. Yeah. So my biggest note here, and this just takes practice and like keeping your calm when you see shit like this. And even like when I stream and I jump into like a sea of people when I'm sniping, I will do like the shit and just like at that point it's just reaction time that takes over. It's not like I'm thinking, but you've got to still kind of pick, all right, who do I shoot first?
Yeah.
Who's gonna look at me first? And it's a gamble all the time, right? But the biggest thing is pick one person. You sit here, and I laughed hysterically because it's like, okay, I know we see 4 people. Who do I shoot? Boom, snap to the Angel. Why? I miss everything, and I hit the Angel once. Then I switch to the Angel, somehow kill him. But the Angel the whole time has no fucking idea what's happening. He's looking down at the objective, shooting a rocket launcher. So my focus would have been in the Rao the entire time until he died.
Yeah, definitely a panic moment.
This was... Yeah, and this is just target prioritization, right? And obviously that is the oh shit factor. So like I'm puckered up here. Who do I shoot first? I don't know. Just kind of like wing it and shoot at whoever. But even if you're gonna wing it and shoot somebody, stick to one target and then switch.
I think it's genuinely one of my weakest skills, like as a player. Like when I'm in those moments, like I can never seem to think clearly. I'm just like, what the fuck do I do? You know what I mean? Like every time.
And it's really funny too, because this is one of the most awkward places to fight because there is no cover here at all besides this beam, which he gets somewhat. I mean, you get it too, but like, what are you going to do? You could slide cancel back and forth. You could try to climb onto this, but that takes like 1,000 years to do. So you just die mantling anyway. So like, there's really nothing else to do besides like face tank the 2v1 here. It is a 2v1, but this guy's like totally out to fucking Narnia. No idea what he's doing.
Oh.
And that's just the COD player or Battlefield player base. And then his body falls off the map, which is funny. But anyways. So yeah, just target prioritization was the biggest one there. And I think that's what I would write note in all caps. I was like, pick one target, LMAO.
Yep.
That's what I wrote for my note. But I mean, I can clearly see that's panic, right?
Yeah,
so.
the panic only got worse when I realized that I was trying to track someone and the whole time nothing was hitting. I was like, oh no, I know how this is gonna end, and then it just collapsed.
Yeah.
I hate to
really,
admit
that's all I had, because the rest of this game is just like back forth. There's what, 18 to 16 tickets left, and you got to run 140 meters. The next, I'm like, this GG's. So that's really it. But I think for the most part, with your recoil control in the M16, obviously there's a few times there where you've got to like dump half the mag to recorrect where you're aiming, and then you still get the kill, but you dump the whole mag, right? That's just how bad the gun is. It's not necessarily like oh, my recoil control is not good. No, the gun is just shit, and it's still shit. Yeah. They fixed it a little bit, but it's not good. I still obviously tier 1ing it.
Yeah. So I still have like similar issues with other guns, even the easier ones, where it's like I feel like my micro corrections just like, it's almost, I hate to say it, we all talk about the mouse input being shit, right? But it's like, how much of it is the mouse input and how much is it me just being fucking terrible at controlling the gun? It can be hard to separate that sometimes. So like,
I notice it a lot when I'm trying to flick with the quick scoping, because I have to overcorrect, and I know that I have to overflick to make it go where I want it to go. And it's just because I have like 2,100 hours in the game. It's muscle memory. I don't think about it, but I know that I'm overcorrecting, because when I play Counter-Strike, I don't have to do that.
Yep.
So that's a totally different play style anyways. However, the game works. This game does not work.
Agreed.
So it's probably still human error. It's probably like, I should probably refine this a little bit, but really it's more of the input problem than the player problem. And then because I have an input problem, and because I haven't refined my input mechanics to quote unquote mastery, per whatever you want to call it, I have to deal with trying to still get better at the game and deal with this broken input. So it's like, what the fuck? And then you're like, well, is it really the mouse input, or is it just placebo? Is it just me? I'm like, no, I promise it's not just you.
I notice it with overcorrection. I also sometimes I wonder if I notice it like when I'm trying to micro correct. But like, I don't know how much of that is just like the recoil countering my mouse movements. You know what I mean? Because like, it'll walk and stuff like that, and you just gotta counter it, right? That's really all I have to say about that, I guess.
And then again, that's just practice. That's just putting time in. How often do you use the aim trainer at all in the game?
So like I use it primarily like to run tests, but sometimes like if I do any quote unquote aim training, I'll use an actual aim trainer. However, sometimes I'll go in there just to like get the feel of a gun down. But I don't spend a ton of time. So if you have any advice as far as like what I could do to like utilize it better for like, I guess aim, then I'm open to listening.
Yeah. So aim trainers, good. That's the right answer.
Yep.
However, because the game does not work fundamentally, it is almost negative training, right? So you can't use an aim trainer to practice your aim for this game because it doesn't work.
Yep.
So every time I get on and I start streaming, I go into the aim trainer to warm up for like 5 minutes, like 5-10 minutes at most. Okay. And that gives people, not only does that help me warm up, it gives people time to like jump into the stream, get their notifications or whatever. So like by the time I'm done warming up, I'm at like the 30, 40, 50 viewer count or whatever. And I go play. So, but when I am in the aim trainer, I'll practice recoil control with a full auto weapon first, and then I'll practice with the Rex because I still hate that dog shit iron sight real quick. And then I go and practice my flicks with the quick scoping. And then if I'm bored enough and I've got time in there before I switch to the sniper, I will do target switching practice with like the AK or the M5 or whatever.
Yeah.
So, and that is where you want to do your micro adjustment, quote unquote training.
Yeah.
So you spend like, it doesn't take a lot of time to do this stuff. I spend no more than 10 minutes in there at most every time because it's repetitive and that gets boring to watch.
Yeah.
So I got to keep the viewers in mind at that point, but really because it's not really an aim trainer, but it's like, hey, here's a bunch of AI just standing still. Go ahead and you can like, practice shooting at a standstill target, which is cool that I can practice recoil control with that. But the other thing people can do that they don't take advantage of is you can practice switching between targets, which is what I do. And that'll kind of help tone your micro adjustments as best as you can, because again the mouse input still doesn't work. So and do you know what your 360 is like? Centimeters wise? Or so what are you running at?
It's 27 centimeters for 360.
What's your DPI at? 800?
I recently swapped to 1600, but I've been using the same CM for I think about like 6 months now, but I tend to experiment with it. You know what I mean? I don't stick with it for too long.
I mean, you usually fly what you're comfortable with. You can, go either up or down, 3 to 5 centimeters. But usually once you find something you're good with, you stick to that. It's pretty much the same thing as flying with MQ9. But anyways,
I was at like 25 6 months ago, and like I was like, I'll try lowering it a little bit, see if that relieves thing. And it seemed to be all right, but like I don't from doing the aim training stuff, like I've gotten like used to trying different senses out and like just kind of using it more as like a tool.
Your in-game sense then at 1600 DPI for 27 would be like
somewhere around 10.
Like I was gonna say maybe 11.
Yeah,
it's 5.
Like no, I can't remember.
No, it's not 5 because I'm at 800 DPI at 41. So cut mine in half for I run an 11 centimeter 360.
Yeah.
So you're probably at you're probably right. You're like 8 or a 9.
Yep.
Which is fine. Whatever you're comfortable with. I am a pure wrist aimer, and as long as you're good with snapping with your arm, because when you're running that slow, you are going to move your arm to snap, especially at a 90 or more.
Yep.
Guarantee you're moving your arm. So which is good. That's fine. That's what you're good with. I always laugh because my 360, and I'll show people on stream, my 360 is no joke a flick of my wrist. If I flick my wrist, it's a full 360.
Yeah. I have to keep an eye on my wrist just because I'm getting old.
Yeah. I'm gonna have arthritis in like the next 5 years.
I'm gonna be like 37 like pretty soon, so like a couple weeks, and just I'm already noticing like fucking issues, so I've had to like lower the sense a little bit. Yeah. I hate to admit it, but yeah.
It'll catch up eventually, but yeah, dude, for the video specifically though, that's really it. Like I said, less notes is better, but I was just that's some of those I'm just nitpicking to give you some, hey, this is like the varsity level kind of like thinking when I'm playing, because most of the time if I'm just free running, I'm looking at chat, I'm not really paying attention to what's happening, and then when I actually get into a fight, I'll not read chat until I'm like either done killing everybody or I die, and then I'll look at chat, whatever. But for the most part, I thought your gameplay was fine. Your recoil control on a shit gun was above average, and then if you want to practice micro adjustments, use the aim trainer.
Okay.
You only have to do it for like a few minutes, but you'll notice that as you do it a couple of times, even if you don't do it every time, let's just say like 3 times a week. Yep. Let's just call it like a quote unquote workout routine. You'll notice you'll get your improvements you're looking for, because now you're forcing yourself to get that muscle memory built down. So it's kind of like, when you work out, okay, like me, I haven't worked out in like 9 months because I'm lazy as fuck, but I'm in the military and I gotta get back in shape. And I was already still kind of in shape, but like first week is like, holy shit, this sucks. Yep. So now I'm a month back into it, and now it's kind of like riding a bike again. Now everything is kind of clicking. So after doing this for a month, once you go into the aim trainer, you'll be in there for like 2 minutes. You're like, yeah, this makes sense. So like when you first start, you're gonna be like, holy fuck, this sucks ass. And you'll notice how bad your micro adjustments are compared to like whatever your expectations are for yourself. And then you'll just practice that. And you could even do that if you really want to like go crazy with it. Do like 15 minutes until you're exhausted. What you're doing is you're forcing your brain to make those twitch reactions to micro adjust the way you want, right? Because right now you don't really know exactly what you want to do. Like, you know that you need to micro adjust, but you're like, all right, how far do I need to micro adjust? And your brain's like, I don't fucking know, bro. And so this is like, you know what I mean? Yeah. And it sounds silly, but that's the science behind it, is you're trying to fire those neurons at the specific point you want. Yeah. And because you haven't practiced that, they don't know how much of a millimeter change you need on your mouse pad to get where you want to go. Yeah. Based on what your eyes are telling you.
I gotcha. Okay.
Right. That is the scientific nerdy bullshit behind this. That is like the quote unquote instructor side of the lesson, which is don't get what do they tell us when we're teaching, when we go to fly? Don't get educational. That's the educational piece of it.
Gotcha.
That's the science behind what you're doing, right? We're playing the game. Your eyes are looking at stuff. Your eyes tell you, I need to do this, which tells your brains to do this, which then you tell your hand to do this, or your fingers to click this button said, right? So like all these things are happening like super fucking fast. But again, that is where quote unquote micro adjusting happens. And half of that's just kind of like out of my ass bullshit. But really, that's actually what's happening.
All right, fantastic. Do you have any other like overall things you want to kind of wrap this one with a bow?
Let's see.
I guess in regards to
individual play, not really.
Okay.
Outside of kind of what we talked about for like positioning, movement, and like prioritization, and really the biggest thing with these maps, specifically the old maps, because they're not all reworks, or the ones that have been reworked, specifically discarded. There is a serious lack of cover. And from A1 to B1, lack of cover left side. From B sector to C sector, between C1 and C2, there's a serious lack of cover on the right side of C1 to C2. So you always go left side.
Okay.
So those are kind of like the basic fundamentals of rotating around the map. So after A sector, you go hug the right side, 2 Bravo 2, get on top of the boat, go to B1, do whatever you want. But and then from Charlie to Charlie 2, you go to the left side, take the zip line up to the boat, and now you got height, you drop down into the farm spot. And that's just like, that is the rinse repeat cycle until it doesn't work, and then I adjust when I need to. But really, that is the quote unquote like handbook play that I run on this map every single time. I will start at A1. I'll start at A2. I will stay at A2. I never go A1 unless I need to help my team, because I can sit at A2 and shoot people rotating to the middle of A1 without actually having to go there. So I can be helpful to the team and not take myself out of cover.
Okay.
So those are the kind of things that like I am thinking about, but not really at this point, because really after fucking couple thousand hours and people are telling me like you're insane, like yeah, I know. This game is on autopilot for me, right? Because now I can focus more on being an entertainer than just playing the game. Now if I just want to play the game for a minute where I have to, I can flip that switch and just ignore chat and just go on a rampage, and then I can go back to being an entertainer.
Damn right.
So
all right.
But no, really, I don't have anything else to cover, man. Overall, I thought the gameplay was good. You weren't totally whiffing your shots into Narnia, like, I've seen Zook do every once in a while, but he plays on no aim assist, so it's not fault. He likes to do that to himself. That's fine. I'm like, dude, if you want to play controller, use the aim assist. Like, I was a controller player. I'm not dogging aim assist. Like, it's there for a reason. But if you want to handicap yourself, man, go for it.
Yeah. It's kind of like maybe using.
I was giving
like
shit
this.
with that, I always give him shit for that in the DMs, but it's all fun. But I think he runs no aim assist anyways because of the Zooking.
Yep.
I guess there's like this weird aim assist pull if you ADS, and he's like, it's wonky and shit or whatever. So
yeah, I remember him saying something about that before. But either way, I respect his choice. You know what I mean? But I'm indifferent about it either way.
Yeah, man, it's each their own. Whatever floats your boat.
Hey man.
But yeah, man, that's all I got. Anything else for me?